So Lisa's gonna be joining me to make freezer meals because you're a busy mom.
Yes.
And do you make freezer meals at home?
I have actually never made a freezer meal, so I'm excited to see how you do this because I feel like it would be so helpful, right?
Yes.
To just be on the weekend, okay, I'm gonna get this done, like
Yep.
this is what we're gonna have this week and just have it prepped and done. So
Yeah,
that
it's
would be
true.
so great.
And I don't do like a bunch at one time. I usually just make one or two things, and sometimes I just double a recipe that I'm already making for dinner.
Right.
So I could make this for dinner and double it, and then freeze one of them for later.
Yes.
And then you pull it out of your freezer when you're so busy, and you have dinner made. So
So great.
I'm gonna make a low carb cheeseburger casserole. We have bacon cooking in the pan, and you're just gonna cook it until it's just about crispy. So it's looking just about done here. And then you're gonna
Smells
put
great.
it, I know, doesn't it smell
I
good?
love that smell.
Bacon is the best smell.
It's the best, for sure.
We're gonna put the bacon on a paper towel to drain, and then I'm gonna add a pound of ground meat. So in this case, I used beef because cheeseburgers, I feel like you need beef.
Oh, yeah.
You could do it with ground turkey or ground chicken, of course. And then Lisa, I'll have you cut up the onion. So if your family doesn't like onions, you can just leave the onion out. It won't really make a difference, but I think it adds a little bit more of that cheeseburger flavor. And I'm cooking it over medium-high heat for the beef. And you just wanna kind of break it up as it cooks and browns. And what I like about this recipe is there's no bun, there's no rice, there's no pasta. You actually use cauliflower rice. Have you ever used cauliflower rice?
I was wondering what that was actually. I used to put it in my kids like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
So I'd like blend, make it kind of cheesy with like the noodles, but that's, just to get some veggies in.
Yeah.
That's a great idea to replace.
As soon as you're done dicing that onion, you can add that as well as the spices to the beef while it's cooking.
Oh, awesome, okay.
And Lisa, tell me about like what a typical day looks like for you.
Oh man, so both of my older kids are now in school, so basically there's the morning rush that everyone's well aware of.
Yes.
And our school's a bit far, so we gotta leave kind of early. So we get the kids off to school, and then it's just me and my little one throughout the day. And I normally, with her, I'll like kind of prep for dinner around like the late morning, just because I feel like she can play a little bit and I can like get my mind wrapped around. All right, so like at 4 o'clock, I'm not rushing to be like, what do I make?
Yeah.
So we do that and we go outside and we play.
Yeah.
And then she does her lunch around 11, and then we go to nap, and then when she wakes up, we go to pick up the big kids, and it's another rush home, and then to make dinner. And
isn't it crazy when they come home from school?
Yeah.
It's like
it is
chaos. Okay, so
All
you
right,
can
I'm gonna add
add
this in.
that.
Okay.
Yep. You did so good.
Did I?
Finally tasting. Wow, I'm so impressed.
Do you want me to add these?
Yes,
Okay.
you can add the spices. And
we're
then
doing-
I'll add all the things that kind of make it taste like a cheeseburger. So now our meat is almost completely browned. So now I'm just gonna add some mustard. And it seems weird to add mustard to a casserole, but I promise you it just makes it taste like a cheeseburger. So if you like cheeseburgers, you will love this. Okay, so then we're gonna add our eggs once we add it to the baking dish. You don't wanna do that ahead of time in the skillet because it's just gonna turn into scrambled eggs. And it still slightly will look like it is, but the point of the eggs is it binds it all together so it's a casserole. Otherwise, you really just have ground beef in a pan. So this is what's gonna kind of bind it all together. And you could also do your dairy after the fact too, like your yogurt and your cheese after the fact of getting it off the skillet, because sometimes when you put everything in the skillet, it just cooks off right away and you kind of lose some of that, creaminess to it. But definitely do the eggs once it's in the baking dish. So we're just gonna kind of combine it like that, and then we're gonna spread it out. And Lisa's just cutting up the topping for this. So it's tomatoes and pickles, anything that would go really well on a cheeseburger is gonna taste fabulous in this. So we're gonna go ahead and add the cheese. Now, you can stir a little bit of the cheese into it, so I'm gonna do that just to kind of give it some extra cheese flavor. I was gonna just top the whole thing with cheese, but if you stir a little bit in, it really does just give it more of a cheese flavor. So we're gonna bake this 425 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until the cheese is bubbly and it will all come together so beautifully.